Friends, today we will discuss about basics of genetics. Friends, we all know about enzymes. Enzymes such as pepsin, trypsin, or lipase. Friends, we also know that enzymes are nothing but proteins. Now, question arises: how are proteins made? Proteins are synthesized from DNA through a process called translation. Before we move further, let's understand the relationship between gene and DNA. As we all know that proteins are synthesized from DNA through a process called translation. But the portion of DNA which codes for particular protein synthesis is called gene. So entire DNA is not gene, only the segment of DNA which codes for a particular protein is known as gene. Characters are transferred from parents to their progenies through genes from one generation to other generation. This transfer of genes from one generation to other generation is known as heredity. Genes are in form of alleles. Alleles which are expressed are known as dominant alleles. Alleles which are not expressed are known as recessive alleles. Gametes. Gametes are sex cells which are produced from somatic cells, and in this process only half of the alleles are transferred from parent cells to the gametes. Thus male gametes and female gametes are formed. Now we'll see how alleles are transferred from a somatic cell to its gametes. Now we have a somatic cell which consists of genes responsible for size, say tallness, and genes responsible for shape, say round shape. Now capital T represents dominant allele for tallness and small t represents its recessive allele. Similarly, capital R is the dominant allele for round shape and small r is its recessive allele. Now, when gametes are formed from this somatic cell, we'll see how alleles are transferred to these gametes. Now you see the dominant allele for tallness is transferred to one gamete and its recessive allele is transferred to the other gamete. Similarly, the dominant allele for round shape is transferred to one gamete and its recessive allele is transferred to the other gamete. Let's clear that gamete 1 consists of dominant allele for tallness and recessive allele for round shape, and gamete 2 consists of recessive allele for tallness and dominant allele for round shape. Thus, it's evident that each gamete receives only one allele for a particular trait. Now we'll discuss homozygous and heterozygous condition. Friends, we all know that when a male gamete fertilizes with a female gamete, we get a zygote, and this zygote receives alleles from both the parent gametes. This zygote formation has three possible different situations. We'll discuss all these three situations one by one. In the first situation, the zygote formed receives dominant alleles from both the parents, and since both the alleles received are similar, the condition is homozygous. In second situation, the zygote formed receives recessive alleles for a particular character from both the parent gametes. Here also the alleles received are similar, so the condition is homozygous. In last condition, the zygote formed receives a dominant allele from one parent and a recessive allele from other parent for a particular character. Here both the alleles are different, one dominant, other recessive, so the condition is heterozygous. So friends, when a zygote has similar alleles, the condition is homozygous, and when a zygote has different alleles, the condition is heterozygous. Now we'll see genotype and phenotype. When two parents are crossed, then different combination of alleles for a particular trait are transferred from parents to their offsprings, which results into different characteristics. Now let's see. Here, two heterozygous parents for a particular trait, say for tallness, are crossed. This is first generation. Now see what happens in generation 2. First possibility is homozygous condition, where two dominant alleles are transferred from both the parents, and here results a tall progeny. Second possibility, two different alleles, one dominant and other recessive, is transferred from parents to the offspring. Here also we get a tall character due to the presence of dominant allele. Third possibility is similar to of the second possibility. Here also we get two different alleles and tall character. Fourth possibility is transfer of two recessive alleles from parents to the offsprings, and the character which is obtained is dwarf. Now, this combination of alleles Tt, T capital T capital T small t's is known as genotype. Here you can see there are three different combinations: one of two dominant alleles, two of two different alleles, and one of two recessive alleles. This is genotype. And here we get three tall characters or three tall individuals and one dwarf individual. This physical characteristic of tallness and dwarfness is known as phenotype.